Hi, my name is Pauline. Just going to share my testimony with you guys today. Just letting you know that I've been saved for about 8 years, and I go to the Wellingborough Parks House Church. And I just want to share a brief testimony of where I was before I got saved and where I am today and what God's done in my life. Back before I became a Christian, I was living in a place of depression, anxiety, with a lot of anger, frustration, depression, and so many things that were grabbing me because of my lifestyle. So going back when I was young, I was living in a house with no father figure because my dad left at a young age, and that kind of made me kind of longing for a male in my life. And also that also had a great impact on me because when my dad left, there was like a gap in my life. And going forward from that, I know for a fact that God was always around me in this time because I used to go to church with a lady called Mandy, and it was like when I went there, it was always that peace that I used to have with her. It's like God was always with me. Just fast forwarding a little bit, when we moved from the place that we was, and that was in Brixton, and we moved to another part of Brixton. So I ended up losing contact with Mandy. So I wasn't at church at that time. I kind of disconnected with the things of God, and it just got really crazy for me because my life changed dramatically then. I then was molested at a young age, and that broke me. I was suffering with so many issues at this age because I was really young, and I just didn't have nowhere to turn to. It was just dead ends, and I just didn't know how to express the way I was feeling at that time. Going forward from that, that kind of brought me into another realm of dating older guys, drinking, taking drugs. At a young age, I was smoking loads of weed at that time. And then we actually moved from that area, which was another part of Brixton, to West Norwood, which my life changed again there. I was just being a rebel in school. I wasn't like focusing, I was very disrespectful. I just had no boundaries, there was no goals in my life, there was nothing, I had no purpose, and I just felt lost. And after that, my mum went to jail, and that crushed me because I thought that just was like the icing of my cake. And I went into another realm then. I started to build a big shield around me. It's like I kind of put it up so no one couldn't get close to me. And when I was outside, like say for instance if I was raving or I was out with my friends and that, everyone would be like, oh, you're so bubbly, you're so chilled, you're so great. Like, but inside, when I would go home and I'd close that door, I would cry my eyes out. I would drink until my heart used to hurt me. I was in so much pain knowing that I had so much family out there, but I was so alone. I was so lost. At this time, I thought, you know what, I want a child. I remember even praying to God at this time saying, I want a child, I want someone to love. Could you give me a child? I remember praying that, and a few weeks after that, I got pregnant. And then I went to go see my mum. My mum obviously came out of jail. She's been out for a little while before that. And I went to go see her, and it was just crazy because I was taking drugs at this time, and my life was just messed up. My daughter didn't change me, my pregnancy didn't change me, and I was still broken inside. I was depressed, and the only way I knew how to kind of escape that depression is to go to the things that I knew, and that was men, drugs, and alcohol. My body kept shutting down on me. I kept on getting rushed to hospital because my body just couldn't take it anymore, and the only way I could literally survive was being on a drip. And I remember praying again. I remember praying to God, like just saying, God, give me another chance. Just please, just help me, you know. And a few days after that, I got out of hospital, and then I remember going home and sitting on my bed, and I was just shouting abuse at myself in the mirror, and I was just saying how like not of a good mama I was, like, and just hating myself, you know, just saying all sorts of horrible words to myself. I started crying. And then this is where my near-death experience comes in as well, because I had an encounter with God, and it was the most scariest experience of my life, but the best thing that could ever happen to me. When I had the encounter with God, God showed me that He was real, that He loved me, and that also He gave me a second chance that day, you know, and He delivered me from that day forward. You know, He set me free. He broke all my chains, like all the addictions that I had, the alcohol, the drinking, the clubbing, every single thing that I had in my heart. He changed it, and He changed it for the good. He delivered me, He set me free, and I'm here, a Christian, because of God, because of what He done for me, because of what He's done in my life, you know. And it's crazy because I ended up moving down to Wellingborough, and obviously being with my sister and that, so it was kind of just a fresh start for me, just coming out of London. And then not long after that, my mum came down, and now my dad's here. It's like God just keeps on surprising me, you know. And it's just a message for you guys, just to say, like, if you guys are watching this today and you get to hear this message, I want to tell you that Jesus Christ, He's real, and He loves you so much. You know, just taste and test that the Lord is real, and He's good. You know, if you just trust Him and just lean on Him, He will help you the same way He's helped me. You know, for all the things that I faced in my life, I can turn back and say, you know what, I'm actually happy that my life turned out the way it did. Because when I meet people now, I have a testimony, and I can say, you know, it wasn't me that got out of it, it was God that delivered me. Share with you a very, I would say, an important scripture to me, John 14:1. Do not let your heart be troubled, trust in the Lord. I remember going through so many different trials as a Christian as well, you know, and that scripture just always grabbed onto me. It always helped me, you know, just to lean back and trust in God. He's just been that refuge all the time, no matter what I'm going through, no matter what I'm facing. You know, I'm not going to say to anyone watching this that your life's going to be trouble-free, because that would be a lie. You know, but what I can say is that whatever you face, God will never leave your side. He will always be with you, and He will help you. So I'm just going to say, guys, thanks for listening to my testimony. Amen.